Hey y'all, this is Chris and you're listening to One Cross Radio, and today I am very excited to have my first musical guests on the podcast. Some friends I've known for a long time and for about 7 minutes. And I'm very excited to do this with you. Today I'm joined by Songbird and Strings. Guys, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Good, thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
7 minutes.
Oh, yeah, about 7-8 minutes, Paul. You know, but aside from seeing you on Instagram and being like, he looks like a good chap.
Oh, thanks.
That comes across.
Oh, it does. Are you kidding? Every time, like, I see the Instagram posts from the shows, the YouTube videos, and I'm like, I want to meet that guy. But then y'all are down in Dallas, and then up in Toronto, and I don't drive yet, so it's just like, how Skype is how this is happening. All right, so we'll dive right in. How and when did you guys meet? Just because I've known Trish for, like we just figured out, about 8 years, and Paul, I've known you for about 7 minutes, but y'all have known each other for a couple of years. How did that happen?
We met through an organization called Art House Dallas. Trisha was an intern with them, and I just started coming around to events. It's basically a non-profit that connects visual artists and songwriters like we are, and authors, other people that are interested in creativity, and we do events that are kind of specific to the disciplines and also just social events. And we met at a songwriters dinner. You can tell Chris about that.
Yeah, we just had this event where they have a bunch of songwriters over to someone's house, and they cook us dinner, and you meet people, and then after dinner, you all sit around in a circle and share some songs you've written, or one song you've written. So, yeah, we met there, and yeah, that was about 2 years ago. So
that sounds pretty awesome, and that's like a wicked program. That sounds excellent. So where did y'all grow up, and how would you say that impacted you? Because you come from two different spots.
I grew up in Arlington, Texas, which is right between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Okay.
And there's cowboys walking around and horses going down the street. No, just kidding. No, it's just a normal town. I don't know how it's impacted me. I lived in this area my whole life, so I feel pretty localized. But Trisha's been to more places.
Yep, I grew up in Scarborough. Where Chris? No, you didn't grow up in Scarborough, Chris. You grew up in North York.
No, East York. East York, just right on the border of the hood, as it were.
I grew up in Scarborough, and how did it impact me? I think it's given me an appreciation for diversity, and yeah. I don't know, that's a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty different down in Texas, and I'm just super thankful for growing up somewhere that was very diverse, and I don't know, just people from everywhere, and it's great.
That's fair. Yeah. Awesome. When and how did you both get involved in music?
I was I think 3rd grade in elementary school. I started playing violin. My parents are both professional violinists and violists. My dad is a violist with the Dallas Symphony, and my mom used to be a violinist with the Fort Worth Symphony. She teaches now.
That's sick!
And there's music all around the house, and I followed in their footsteps for a while. Played violin from 3rd grade to when I was a senior in high school. And early high school, I started playing guitar, and realized that was kind of what I liked better, playing guitar and singing and writing songs. And yeah.
You didn't tell Chris about the garage bands, which I feel like he would appreciate.
I guess so I started playing guitar in middle school. In 7th grade, I was in a garage band. We were called the Bricks, and then we changed our name to Tachycardia, which is funny that I would end up with a telemetry nurse. So we played like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin in the garage. Like, it was a kind of quintessential garage band.
Oh yeah, that's straight up garage band stuff right there. Zeppelin, DC, AC/DC. I was like, please tell me you busted out a Metallica cover. Please tell me you busted out a Metallica cover.
No, we never got Metallica. We had like Nirvana. And,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we didn't get to Metallica.
Should change at some point. sorry. And then Trish, how about for you?
So I took piano lessons from the 3rd grade till from the 3rd grade until the 12th grade, and it was classical piano. I picked up guitar just for fun in maybe the 10th grade and kind of taught myself some stuff. And then I went to nursing school and kind of put that all aside, except for the occasional church thing where I would sing.
Koinonia.
With writing music, I didn't start that till about 3-4 years ago. When I moved to Dallas, I just met a lot of musicians and got involved in Art House Dallas and was pretty inspired to start writing music. And so, yeah, that's when I started doing that. And now Paul and I play gigs around town, original music and covers and things like that. For me, it's just for fun, but for Paul, it's a day job, so...
And sorry, just as you mentioned the piano, I remembered the one time you showed up to Koinonia with the guitar, where I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
Oh no, I didn't know I actually brought that somewhere. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to get her to bring it down to...
Oh my gosh, you need to do it, please. It'd be amazing.
Work that into our videos.
I'm trying to think of which... You could, heck, if you ever did any Beatles covers, it works, right? Because there's guitar and piano in a lot of their songs, so...
Sure, yeah, just two birds with one stone.
Yeah, when did you guys realize that you wanted to pursue music creatively and as something to do? Like Trish said, Paul, this is for you. It's passion and a bit of a day job as well.
Yeah. Like I said, kind of junior high, I was sort of learning how to play guitar and sing and write songs. And then high school, I had a band called Second Story Feedback, and we kind of, I guess we're trying to be a little more serious. We made a few albums and played out a lot more than we were in middle school. And then when I went to college, we all went to different colleges, and I kind of lost my band, and so I started doing solo music. And I was majoring in English and kind of thinking maybe I would be an English teacher. And about a year into college, I realized I was getting enough gigs to actually see that as my job. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And I've been doing that ever since, so I feel really lucky. But yeah, I guess high school is kind of when I really started to see myself as a songwriter and someone who was serious about music. And sort of, I guess through all that, I've done music in churches too, and really learning how to play guitar was kind of in the context of in the garage band, but also in the context of the church band. So
awesome. Well, heck, I got to give you props for it, man. Like, I've known so many people through middle school and high school who are like, oh, I'm gonna do music, and then for whatever reason it doesn't end up happening. Either they lose interest or they just get downtrodden. But kudos to you for actually persevering and going through, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks. I feel lucky. Like it's amazing that there are opportunities to be a musician in Dallas, of all places. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll do it as long as I can.
Hey man, I'm hoping for you and for you guys both it's as long as possible, because I'm loving the covers. People seem to be loving the covers when you're posting them up on the YouTubes, because apparently there's more than one. For both of you guys, who are some of your influences and favorite artists?
I think in terms of singing style, I really admire Corinne Bailey Rae. Most people probably only know that song, Go Put Your Records On, or maybe it's called Put Your Records On. I don't know. But I don't know, I just feel like she is pretty effortless and she doesn't try to be something she's not. You know, she isn't Adele and she doesn't try to be. And in terms of writing music, I love this band called Daughter, and another one called Violence.
Violence?
So I'm not going to... Violence.
Oh.
With a TS at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this collaboration between this composer named Jeremy Larson and a female vocalist, and it's just amazing. He's so good at what he does, and the female voices he chooses for each album are just insane. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's probably it.
Yeah. There's so many, but I think if I had to pick like three that have been the most influential, would be first John Foreman from Switchfoot and Fiction Family.
Nice.
Switchfoot, like my favorite band growing up, and still is one of my favorites. And I think I just really respect him as a songwriter and someone who's done a really good job of like being a Christian who's a musician, but isn't like sort of defined by the marketing terms of Christian contemporary music, or that sort of transcends the labels, I guess, that we try to put our music into sometimes. And I really appreciate that, and just sort of how prolific he's been and how willing he's been to change trajectory, like to do acoustic music and rock music and whatever, you know, folk music like in Fiction Family, and to kind of, I don't know, I love that every album sounds a little bit different, and I think that that's a strength.
Yeah.
Another favorite songwriter more recently is a guy from Nashville named Andy Gullahorn, who is relatively unknown, but kind of storyteller, singer-songwriter style. He plays most of his concerts in houses and small venues, and there's a lot of setting up the songs with storytelling, and that was kind of a new world to me, and sort of a different way of writing lyrics, writing songs that it's not just describing a feeling or an experience, but it's really a story that you're kind of hanging on every verse, and that's been kind of life-giving, I guess. I feel like it made songwriting feel new again after doing it for a while, and so I really liked that. And then the third, I'm gonna say at least two, but I guess the third is like, it's like a category, I guess. The third is just my friends who play music, and I feel really lucky to have a lot of good friends that are amazing musicians. And one is my friend Jeremy, who has a band called Abandoned Kansas, and they're kind of indie rock music, and I feel like he taught me like how to be or like a working class musician, just kind of watching him make a career out of music, and be like a real human being, and be, you know, somebody who cares about the people who are listening, and doesn't view them as customers, but as friends, and as I guess looking at your career as kind of a symbiotic relationship between the people making the music and the people listening, and I feel like he's modeled that well. And then my friend Simon,
awesome.
who is one of my favorite songwriters ever, and is a dear friend, and he's Simon Hajar is his name. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and is definitely kind of underground, but I feel like the folks that know his music are really blessed by it. So yeah, and yeah.
Awesome.
So I guess 4.
You guys, you said it before. You've recently been playing some more shows and more gigs, and then the couple weeks ago when we were trying to arrange this, you had like a weekend series of shows, and you've also been opening for some more well-known acts as well. What's this experience been like for playing the shows and for opening for people who are like have a little more exposure? What's that like?
As far as the opening for people, I feel like we're just really lucky. Like it's mostly through connections with Art House Dallas that we got to play with Jars of Clay and Sarah Groves and some others, and Jacko Pierce. Yeah, that's been pretty amazing. Just people that are really nice and approachable and have had a bit of success, but take us seriously too, and are just kind people.
Awesome.
That's been really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah. And I think one of my favorite shows we played this year was with our friend Caroline Cobb. She's much more well known than we are. But yeah, we just met her. Oh, I met her through church actually. That she is just a very kind-hearted person, and I think wants to see her friends succeed. And so we played at her album release party in September and played with her on some of her songs. So
that's great.
It's been really amazing. Yeah.
The cool thing about that was she invited us to play, because usually it's like us trying to get in front of a bigger crowd and finding artists that sound similar to us and asking if we can open for them. But it was nice that she invited us to. And we're fans. We both supported her Kickstarter on her new album, and friends and fans. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys have mentioned it a couple times, and it's partially been answered, but it sounds like a great place. What can you tell us about Dallas Art House? Like, it sounds like a really, really cool community.
Yeah, it's great, honestly. So I interned with them when I was in school doing my master's, and they just really, their goal is to encourage artists and inspire artists, because they believe that art can make our communities a better place, and we need beauty. So we've both been involved with it and made really great friends through it, and met musical collaborators and just other people kind of trying to do the same thing, whether it's like me or it's just kind of a side thing that we enjoy, but we have a primary occupation. Or like Paul, I know he knows other people trying to make it as singer-songwriters, and it's just I don't know, you need people who are in the same place as you sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like maybe like half the people we hang out with on a regular basis are people we met at Art House. Like, I feel like it's hard to overstate like how many or how impactful it's been for us, and not least of which being us meeting through that.
Yeah, and I mean, I probably wouldn't be in Dallas if not for that, because there's nothing like it in Toronto at all.
No.
At least not that I know of.
Well, that's stuff you and I talked about while you were down there at first, yeah.
Totally. And so, I don't know, I'm also just really thankful for it, and I wish more cities did have something like this. It's good.
It makes the city feel smaller too. Like, it's such a big city with so many people, but to sort of meet like-minded creative folks, and they do a lot of events throughout the year, and we start to see a lot of the same people, and it was really easy for us to like get involved too. I feel like with some groups like that, it's like there's kind of an inside group, and then it's hard to break in. But I feel like both of us really like just kind of jumped right in, and yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for going into that a bit more. I've been curious about it for a while, and I remember Trish sent me a link, but I'm like, I like hearing firsthand stories. So, do you guys have any plans for an EP, like an NSYNC cover one by any chance, or?
She was introducing NSYNC Christmas songs yesterday.
No, he'd never heard "Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays" by NSYNC until yesterday. So.
Oh my gosh! Like,
yeah.
Jill has just been every once in a while throwing on NSYNC, and I used to like hate them, but now I'm at the point with '90s boy bands where I'm like, whatever, man, this is fun. I will sing aloud, and just Any plans for an EP?
Probably.
Sorry.
I was gonna say one thing. I was just gonna say you can't deny Jill's excitement about things. So she probably was just like so pumped about it that you're just like, okay, I have to.
Oh yeah. Well, that and like how often would we ride around cars like singing along with Whitney Houston, like I Want to Dance with Somebody, or Enrique Iglesias? Like it's a logical step for me. So.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, both of us kind of have something in the works. You want to talk about yours first?
Sure, yeah. I mean, with the Songbird and Strings thing, we're kind of a marketing disaster. Like, we took on this name maybe, like, before it really made sense to do so. Like, Songbird and Strings as a band right now is pretty much just like a YouTube band.
Oh, okay.
So we post music every other Monday, and we're actually, tonight we're going to film our next video probably. It comes out next Monday, so we have a little bit of time, but anyway, so we post cover songs and some originals, but it's kind of just like a vehicle for us sharing music we like and also regularly like collaborating. But I write my own music, and so does Trisha, and so we're both, before we do like a Songbird and Strings collaborative project, which I hope we'll do, we're both gonna put out some solo material. And,
awesome. Like
I produce her stuff and play on it, and she sings on my stuff, and so it'll be very like there'll be some cross pollination, but yeah, I'm working on 7 songs that I'm gonna start recording in January, and
so I've been trying to record something for about a year and a half at least. So I'm probably just going to do 3 songs, which doesn't sound like a lot at all, and it's not. But that's what I got right now. That's what I feel confident about, so I'm going to do those 3, and it seems manageable, 3 songs, I could do that.
It was kind of like introducing your brand too, because I've released other music under my name before, but this will be the first time Trisha's released any of her original music, and so we're trying to make it really concentrated, I guess. Like every song, spend as much time and as many resources as we need to make it do the song justice. And so we finished one of her songs, and it's sounding really cool. So I'm really excited to finish the other 2. Yeah.
Well, I can say I'm looking forward to hearing both of those. Like I love your guys' Songbirds and Strings cover. Trish, I'm a friend and a fan, and any stuff that I've heard from you, I'm so excited to hear from the studio. And then Paul, I'm looking forward to hearing your stuff, man. So then, what are some of your guys' favorite songs? It could be of the moment, of all time, or
That's good.
That's a great question. It feels like it changes so much, so I'm trying to think of stuff that I've listened to for a long time that's stuck with me.
Didn't you just share that Brandy Carlisle song that you really liked?
Well, yeah, I heard that one yesterday, so I don't know if it'll stand the test of time, but she has a new song called The Mother that's really beautiful. It'll be on her new album. But of recent years is this song by Andy Gilmore, who I mentioned earlier, a song called I Haven't Either. And it's one of those story songs where it's kind of, the narrative of the song is kind of slowly unfolding, and there's like, what I like about his music is there's like twists and turns where you think you know what he's talking about, and then it flips on you. And his music does a great job of it's kind of dry, like sort of like a dry humor, but it can go from making you laugh to making you cry, like in the same song. And I feel like this song does that really well. And I feel like that song in the last 2 years or whenever I heard it first, kind of upped the ante for songwriting. I was like, whoa, you can do that with songwriting? And so that song's been really important to me lately.
Awesome.
If I go back, all the early Switchfoot songs are really important to me. I guess one that stands out is Learning to Breathe. That song, I guess, I feel like that song in a lot of ways is like a worship song, but it doesn't sound like what you normally think of as a worship song, and for me that's really inspiring and beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Such a hard question. I feel like all of a sudden when you're like, what's your favorite song? It just, everything falls out of my brain.
Favorite artist.
Like I've never heard any songs before all of a sudden.
Is it Gangster's Paradise by Coolio?
Yes.
Speaking of songs, are there any songs Jill's like it's a song? I feel like I have some songs like that.
I love really nostalgic songs. So I'm kind of a sucker for some of John Mayer's songs. Are really powerful to me, like Stop This Train. Just that idea of like life is going by way too fast, and especially looking at your parents and seeing, oh, they're getting older. Like this isn't, no, can this stop? Yeah, just that idea of time. I don't know, that song really talks about that well, so I think that's probably one of my favorites. There's a lot of Coldplay songs that are really powerful to me too. I'm trying to think of a specific one, but
you ended up recommending. That's the one I was about to say. UFO. You got me into that one.
Yeah, that. Okay, I said my favorite artist before, but I mean, I'm a sucker for Coldplay and John Mayer too. But yeah, that song UFO. It's so short, and it also feels like a prayer to me. Whenever I've heard that song, it just felt like I don't know, like a sad but hopeful longing, and it's just always moved me whenever I hear it. It is very powerful to me. So yeah, that's
awesome.
probably the ones that I can think of at least.
Hey, fair enough. I know I threw you on the spot, and it's as soon as you're on the spot, that's where it's like, of course now I forget everything that I'd actually have an answer for.
I would like go back and actually look my answers for that, because it's a good question. I feel like that was the last time we're asked that.
I could what we could do is I'll toss on, and if you guys send me any, I'll do an addendum, or I didn't say that word right at all, because I can't words. But I'll addendum. Thank you, Homiette. Yeah, I'll add that in the post, being like, so here's the they added these. So final question is, what would you both suggest to people who are wanting to make and perform music?
For me, I would say find yourself a group of people who push you and encourage you, and take steps to be in close proximity with people who challenge you in that way. For me, to be able to write my first song, it took another artist friend kind of challenging me to do that, and then to continue writing, it took having a songwriting mentor and meetups with other songwriters where I had to share something. It's just that pressure of like, oh man, I don't want to let them down, so I have to do this. And also, obviously, meeting Paul, I mean, I can't really get out of performing at things, because it depends on economy.
It's like if I'm playing at a sushi bar or something, we get free sushi and we get free date if we sing for a couple hours. So
it's true.
Nice.
It's really awesome.
I think your Instagram is great. Finding community. I would also say sort of scheduling time for yourself, which I say this as someone who needs to learn that still. I think a lot of times with creativity, unlike other things, we just expect it to happen spontaneously, but like anything in life, it takes practice and it takes repeated action. And so if you have a day job, maybe your day off, you program in like 30 minutes or an hour, or maybe even just start with 15 minutes of creative time every week. And if you can do that more, then all the better. But a lot of times I think, why don't I have songs coming? And then if I actually just put a date on the calendar and write, not just the date, but like 2 to 4 write songs, that's when I write songs. So you just have to sort of make yourself do it and carve out time, which is hard in a lesson that I need to keep learning.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day and busy schedule, jumping from leading worship and then heading out to do get another video up on YouTube and then their cover out. How's the weather down in Dallas right now? Because like when you say you're going out to do the cover, I'm looking outside. It's like -9 and there's snow outside. And Trish knows Canada snow.
It's ridiculous. I couldn't survive there anymore.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Honestly, it's not even a thing. It was raining earlier today, so but it's probably like maybe 10 degrees or something.
I'll still always remember that photo you sent me over WhatsApp, being like, so seminary got shut down today. There's not even a centimeter of snow outside. And I'm just like,
exactly.
It's up to my knees. What's going on down there?
Everyone's freaking out if there's even a little bit of snow. So yeah, it's actually scary because people don't know how to drive in it.
Oh
so,
yeah.
The horses really can't walk around.
Okay, stop with the horses. I mean,
awesome. Well, yeah, there will probably be some when y'all get up to Canada. And thanks for taking some time. And listener, thanks for listening. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And thank you for joining us for our first episode of 2018. God bless, my friends. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel and any other links that I post. God bless.